ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Our men's national soccer team left town today ahead of their opener in the newly formed CONCACAF Nations League. That match will be played on Friday in Belize.
Higher ranked than us. In the last Gold Cup, they were almost right there because only the likes of teams like USA, Mexico, and Jamaica might have beaten them. So this is a strong test. Our first game is really, really a strong test. But we're looking for good things. We're developing. We have a very young team. This young team is their focus. They're gutsy, and they expect to represent. They don't expect to say, well, hey, we're going to win this thing all. They know exactly where they stand right now. But the thing is, it's development. Over the next 4 years, it's going to be all about development. So we're going out there and give it the best shot every time.
As you would have heard, this is a very young team. That means most of the players will be competing at this level for the first time, but there is some experience mixed in.
About 9 players that really under age 19 or under. We have a few veteran players that we threw inside there, the likes of, like I said, Valen Bodie, who's our #1 goalkeeper, Dwayne Benaby, who's senior midfielder, along with Leslie Sinflow, who needs no introduction. That's the only professional we bring to the table. And we have another forward that's coming in, Mr. Terry Delancey. So we look forward to good things.
The league consists of some 41 teams divided into 3 different sections with a champion to be crowned at the end of each edition. It will also determine which national teams qualify for the CONCACAF Gold Cup and will feature promotion and relegation while also affecting world and regional rankings. Players Dwayne Benaby, Chris Ramming, and Valen Bodie all ready to kick it.
Expectations for the team, I'd say they're very medium to high, given the fact that we have a lot of good talent on our team, especially coming from younger players as well as a few seasoned veterans. So I think we'll give a great representation here in Belize on Friday.
I'm really excited for this Nations League, not because it'll help me develop, it'll help our country develop as a whole, not just for this team, but for the younger players under me that will be coming up to play with us soon. It'll help the nation develop as a whole so that we could hopefully soon become a footballing nation.
Going into this competition is literally, to me, a dream come true because I've been training and waiting literally for this opportunity for quite some time now. I've always been, the second string, third string, always been playing behind people. So to actually get the opportunity to be at the forefront and actually get an opportunity to represent my country is just unspeakable or unexplainable.
Mother Nature cooperating last night as the New Providence Softball Association was finally able to resume with its best-of-5 first-round playoffs. In the men's feature game, the Commandos and Kitty Truckers completing the sweep of the BTC Warriors with a 7-3 win in Game 3. They now await the winner of the CNS Hitmen and the Chances Mighty Mitts. Hitmen up 1-0 there with Game 2 being played tonight. In the ladies' opener last night, BTC jumped out to an early lead on the Sunshine Auto Wildcats, only to see the Cats claw their way back, scoring in bunches in the late innings of the ball game. Cats win this one 13-7, and they take a 2-1 series lead.
The first couple of innings, we gave up 4 runs in the first inning, but we came back, scored 2. I told the ladies, this is just the first inning, but we got to make those spots up.
I think we let them gain runs too much. We had a certain point where we were tied, and we should have brought in the relieving pitcher at that moment. We didn't. We let them score 4 more runs than us, and that really killed us.
I had to finish strong, even though in the 6th inning was kind of sluggish, but still came out on top.
The past few nights, we heard from men's basketball, women's volleyball, judo, and men's soccer as the University of the Bahamas hosts its Media Day. The Mingos will also take part in track and field. Assistant coach Ed Mulroll, he can't wait for the season to get started.
My goal for the team is to simply progress from where we were the last 2 years. Surprisingly, we have done real well within this short period of time. We had some record holders persons who went to the track meets internationally and would have won individual events. So it's definitely to go on the same track, but do better as we get into the university status. We didn't add any track athletes because, like I said, surprisingly they did so well. So we wanted to give them, the ones that are here, more. So for the track side, we didn't add any addition. And because we're fairly new, most of them are young. They're freshmen, so they have a lot more years, 2 to 3 more years with us. So it wasn't a need per se for the track side. Definitely going forward, we want to do a little more on the jump side and the field side, the throwing side. So, but we have a solid team right now.
Ken Mullings was one of the breakout athletes for UB track and field last season, and he's looking for similar success this time around.
My goals for the upcoming season is to not just to make more senior teams or to just get physically stronger or faster, but I'm trying to work more on the mental side of track, because I've learned a lot from the season that you really need more mental strength in the decathlon, because with 10 events, you might not only be fast or strong, but you have to be more prepared to say, get the points where you need to get the points, or make the move in the 1500 to be aggressive to go for it.
Mullings also spoke about how he balances being a student athlete.
I set a schedule, basically. Before I set my classes, I make sure it doesn't collide with the training that coach set for us during the off-season. And I basically stick with it. Like our 6 o'clock practices, I don't set no classes for 8. I like to put space between each so I have time to study, stop time to train, and have time to rest.
Volleyball will be first up when the government secondary school's 2018-2019 sports schedule gets underway. The C.I. Gibson Rattlers are the defending champions in the senior boys division.
Lost about 2 seniors. The rest, everybody was like 10 and 11 graders, so we will be back in the hunt again in terms of volleyball. Very talented team. Guys that understand how to play the game the right way. So volleyball going to be very exciting this year again, and and hopefully they have a chance to go there and compete and try to give themselves a chance to win again.
The Honourable Lanisha Roll settling into her new post as Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture. She spoke about how it's been going so far.
This ministry is, I would say, a little more sort of activity-driven, and so it's been keeping me busy. The adjustment has been very well. I have a good team of directors who are the technical persons, the lead technical persons responsible for each division, youth, sports, and culture, and they have been very, very welcoming to me. And so I believe that all is going to be well. The ministry government is continuous. Ministerial portfolios are continuous, and so I'm going to simply build on what Minister Pintard has begun last year and try to make the very, very best of it so that Bahamian people are proud.
The Bahamas Flag Football League's 10th annual preseason tournament about a month away now. We can tell you, coach of the defending champion Lady Spartans, Jason Clark, spoke about how this year's team compares to the one which took home the trophy last year.
We got a couple of new faces. We won't share exactly who all they are, but a couple of new faces and routes, not necessarily, but we want to definitely put on a solid game plan that we'll use both in October and in Atlanta.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.